In 1987, when the Air Force called me and told me they were assigning me to Los Angeles Air Force Station, and I was going to be working on a program they call the NavStar GPS Joint Program Office. And my response to them was, what in the world is a NavStar GPS? Well, I would get the answer to that very quickly. When I arrived to Los Angeles, I was placed in charge of a $50 million test and evaluation program. And 3 years later, there I was at Cape Canaveral with the first operational GPS satellite, and I was leading a team of engineers through one of the final tests to see if the first GPS satellite was ready for launch. Well, after a week of testing, we decided that everything was okay. I signed my test report, turned it over to the director, and just a few months later, the first GPS satellite was launched into orbit. We knew back then that GPS was really special, way before the mainstream public had even heard of GPS. But to see what it has evolved to today, it touches everything on this earth that moves or that has a digital clock on it. So even though we knew back then how special it was going to be, it really has exceeded, gone far beyond our expectations. And today we really cannot live without GPS. I never thought I would be in combat. I spent most of my career in a support role, and I never expected to be in combat. But on September 11th, 2001, I got the shock of my life when I was working at the Pentagon in my 5th floor office when we were attacked by terrorists on 9/11. To this very day, I can still smell the stench if I return to the Pentagon. But I was fortunate enough to survive that and return back to South Carolina.